Greetings, welcome back. Tonight, we return to the Legacy of Kain franchise for what many people consider one of the best games in the series. Now, we're going to have to play the PS2 version tonight, even though this game did get a PC release. I've decided to go with the PlayStation 2 version because while the PC version is nowhere near as bad as the PC version of Blood Omen 2, this game runs just fine on modern PCs. The problem I had is with mapping all of the controls. This is a game that came out before, the Xbox 360 control standard basically unified all of PC control standards. So this game came out at a time when controller inputs were still very much the Wild West for the PC. So as a result, you can't really map everything you want where you want it. Like I seriously tried to one-for-one map the controls of the PS2 version to my Xbox controller, but PC version just would not let me. It has a similar issue in that, like Blood Omen 2, it can only detect 2 analog inputs at once, because if you think about it, the PS2 controller, if we don't count the analog buttons, the PS2 controller has 2 analog inputs, the left stick and the right stick. Whereas if you're using a modern USB control pad with your PC, and very likely that you are, you're using a controller that has at minimum 3 analog inputs, left stick, right stick, and progressive triggers. And the game refuses to acknowledge a 3rd analog input, so for the sake of controlling this game correctly, I'm going to go with the PS2 version, which requires the least amount of fucking around. Okay, so let's get on with it. We're here on the PS2. As you can see, this game is Soul Reaver 2. We're catching up with Raziel, or Raziel. Come on now. That disc is spotless, so you should read it. I think it's got it. There we go. Presumably, if you were able to track down a USB controller with 2 analog sticks but no progressive buttons, in theory you could probably map the PC version's controls correctly. But I haven't got one of those. I've only got controllers with at least 3, so oh dear. Gotta deal with this overscan area, hang on. We've got the making of promotional materials, opening movie, voice talent. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Okay, I think we're good.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner.
So, Soul Reaver 2 picks up immediately after the end of the first game.
Your brothers.
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kane. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kane. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny.
So we got some time travel shenanigans.
Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands...
Well, this is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Cain, some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Cain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
Call back to the intro
And
cutscene
you
of Blood Omen.
somehow survived this massacre.
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Cain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Cain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Cain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Cain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Cain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course.
You could just
They're
tell
not
them.
You. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how, I had not yet discovered.
Alright, so we're in. Okay, fortunately, subtitles are not an option. So this game controls very similarly to the first one. Can we grab this? No, we can't grab that. Be asking too much. Can't get into the second chamber. This water's not hurting us. That's unusual. What's this? There we go. You can still grab weapons off the wall. You still got the lock-on combat from the first game. They've replaced the stab button with a heavy attack button. Also contextual. There we go. Lock-on system, not much better than it is in the first game. Still kind of dodgy. Ooh, I've got his sword. Okay. Some kind of altar?
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Cain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Aha. Oh god. 3 people at once. Come on. Thank you. Okay. Dealt with. Is there a map of some kind? No, I don't think there is. Okay, before I carry on, I just want to... There was another door. I want to check that other door. Okay, that's just straight up locked. It's just... okay. Guess we won't be checking that door then. Oh my god. There we go. You can glide just like the first game. Hang on a sec, what powers do we have? Shift. Ah, there is a map. Well, that's not helpful. So yeah, so we are, in terms of time right now, we are in a time period set a few decades before the events of the original Blood Omen, so that's kind of cool. Any other doors? There's a door here we can't get through. Break the windows? Nope. We can phase through stuff, can't we? To shift. So yeah. Just like the previous game, we can shift between the world of the living and the world of the dead. I'll get through that. Cool.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Because it's a vampiric weapon? I don't know.
Here it comes!
Whoop. Oh my god. Please stop. Okay. Combat's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. It's pretty much unchanged from how it was in the first game. There's some more animations, but yeah, the actual mechanics of the fighting are pretty much the same. You done yet? Yes, you are. Okay, R2 to enter your behind the back look mode. Okay, L1 to block. L2 to crawl. Can I swap my sword for the... No, I guess you can't. I guess you can't. Okay.
Seize him.
Go. So, making sure... Do we have any other ways out? Any other ways out at all? No, appears... The only way is... Okay, that's where we came through, wasn't it? Yeah, it leads back out into the... We want to go through here. No? Ah, this looks like a door you should be able to phase through. Nope, definitely can't phase through that one. Definitely can't go through here, eh? Definitely. Okay then. Does that mean we've got to go back? It'd be weird if we were. Okay, can't go through that door. Okay, come on, it can't be that hard. This is the opening level, for God's sake. Can't go through there. In down there. Okay, so I'm willing to bet that this is the critical path. This is where we're meant to be. We are meant to be in this room. What is the answer? Oh, have all the enemies respawned? Oh, cool, they have. Oh my god. Since we are meant to be in this room... Oh, we literally just press... Fuck.
A strange sensation crept over me.
I'm an idiot.
An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step.
So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kane's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kane. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kane shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long-dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control. What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kane who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kane laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're
Kill him.
trembling, Mobius.
Kill him.
Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kane, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
The wheel of fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
Kill him. Kill him.
Tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kane is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel.
Did he just throw the sword away?
Take out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent. his instrument of restoration and retribution.
I don't trust this guy.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
Interesting.
So this was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villages below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
Who can say? Nice callback there to one of the restoration items from original Blood Omen there. What are these little round altars? Are they important or are they just set dressing? I presume they're just set dressing. Can I go back in here? Is this now locked? So, where next? Let's grab ourselves a weapon. Okay, so it's a very powerful weapon, but there's a time limit on it. Cool, if you let the time limit expire, it will kill you. And also, if you kill an enemy with the Soul Reaver, you don't get a Reaver... you don't get a soul to refill your health afterwards. Okay, that's an interesting new twist. Okay. Okay, let's take this sword. Alright. We are full again. Now which way are we supposed to go? Maybe we're supposed to go back the way we came? Which means we've got to... World of the Dead. Okay, this way? Nope. That's still locked. Oh god. Some signposting would be nice. Perhaps returning back to the where we came from? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck off. Okay. No, this door is still locked. Oh god. Do we have to return to this room, maybe? That doesn't make any sense. Nope, that door is definitely locked. This is the room we came from. It's the time machine. Boy. Unless I'm overthinking it again, maybe I was just meant to walk up to one of the other doors in that cathedral and just push square on it, maybe. Okay, this door is definitely sealed. Can't get through this door. Not at all. Nope, nada. Not a chance. Okay. Yep. Absolutely confirmed. So we're back out to the courtyard again. Going in circles. Another guard. Oh my god. Just fucking hit him. Oh my god. Okay, I got one. Okay. That leads back to the cathedral. Definitely can't get through here. Definitely. 100%. Nope, definitely not. Okay. Okay, so we have to go through to the cathedral. Okay. We lose our sword. Alright. Okay, let's do the rounds. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, fucking, just fucking hit her. Oh, this combat feels somehow worse than the first game. Just frustrating. Oh my god. It was novel and interesting on the PlayStation 1. It's kind of annoying and awkward and stiff on the PlayStation 2. Oh my god. Try and get some of my health back. Okay. Let's go round in a circle. Attack this somehow? No. 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 Oh, wait, there's a door here. Hang on, there's a door. Holy shit, there's a door. Alright. We found the way out. Oh my god. So wait, is this game set before the events of Blood Omen?
How
Or?
my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here. And then so cruelly profaned by Cain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become. And a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Cain and destroy him.
Okay. Okay, so who's this? Tyrell. Okay. Rahab? 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 Rakab? I can't tell if that's a K or an H. Melkai? Melchiah? Some of these names are difficult to... Duma? Zephon. And me, I guess. I would have preferred a nice picture instead of a vague statue, but okay. Alright, how do we get up there? Is this a job for Spirit Realm? Oh my god. So wait, how the door we need to get through opened up there. How the hell do we get up there? Nothing obvious. Okay, this is the way we came. This is the way we came. We don't want to come this way. Shouldn't have to backtrack. Make our way around the edge. What about this door? What can we do with this door? Anything? No? Okay, oh, there's another door. What is this? Ah, steps. Good frame rate. This game's got a nice frame rate. I appreciate that. That's a door. Anything else up here we want to look at? No, I think that's the only other door, so we're going that way, it seems.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality, and I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Okay, so when is this game set? I was always under the assumption you go back in time to before the events of Blood Omen, but there are just straight up references to Vampire Kain all over the place. Like, there was that mural in the cathedral that straight up shows Vampire Kain killing the king. There are references to the murder of the Seraphim priesthood that happened in the opening cutscene of Blood Omen. So wait, doesn't water hurt you? Or is that something you fix by the end of Soul Reaver 1? Only one way to find out. Okay, so water no longer hurts you. Okay, good to know. I think there was some land over here. Hold L2 and press X to jump out of the water.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Respawn points. Check. What's this? Nope. Can't fucking see. Am I going the right way or not? Oh god. Is the right... One of these doors opened. I wish I could tell which one it was. Hang on. There's a path here. Is it... Oh wait, I found it. It's this one. It's this one. There's a thing there. There's a thing over there. What is that thing? It's weird that Raziel can't swim on the surface. He can only swim under the surface. Is there anything here? Is there a reason why this is here? No? Okay. Maybe there'll be a reason later, and I'm just there too early? So we've got to go northwest anyway, so...
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Save points. Gotcha. Whoops. Okay, so... Okay, this is the dead end. There's nowhere to go here. Huh. this? A button? Oh. Oh, hang on. There we
But
go.
I had only just escaped the stronghold. I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Seize him!
Oh, hi. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh wait, I want your weapon. I want your weapon. Thank you.
There's one. Die! Be!
Oh my. Ugh.
There it is.
Oh, you're easy. I like that. I like the fact that you're easy.
There's one. Face the blade, vampire.
Thank you. Okay.
Take the beast down!
Somebody just... Oh my god. Okay. What the... That was weird. Those crows just turned into magic. Yeah, see? That was weird. Why are they doing that?
Prepare to die.
Nope. Some kind of altar? Okay. Okay, there's another waterfall. Is that weird altar we passed? Game's very combat heavy.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kane's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
I mean, they are vampires. They do kill people. I mean... Okay. No, that one's too far away. Oh, look, the pillars. I can see them. So, if this is not set before the events of Blood Omen, is it set shortly after the events? Or during the events? Or...
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
Oh, is that a young Kane? Or is that... no, that's existing Kane.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Okay.
Mobius led me to you, Kane, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kane. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you,
Both?
Kane? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You And I.
Face me, Cain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the Pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these Pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nutraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nutraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree, then, that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Cain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
Incredibly unlikely occurrence, but not impossible. These are the pillars, alright. Is it just me, or is this a surprisingly low res PS2 game. I mean, like, even more low res than like a normal PS2 game. This is very clearly not rendering at the full resolution the PS2 is capable of. This is very clearly a sub 480/576 game. Like, this is extremely jaggy. Okay, where am I going?
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Cain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Cain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
No? Ah, okay. What do the pillars look like in the spirit realm then? Okay. It's a very dark game. Sometimes it can be tough to tell what you're looking at because of how dark everything is. Is there an option for brightness? No, there isn't. Scant few options. Okay.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Okay, so this is set during the events of Blood Omen 1, but very, very early. So like post slaughter, but pre Cain. Which doesn't make any sense because there was a mural of vampiric Cain in that fucking cathedral. And also there was murals of the vampire killing the circle of priests. Okay, checkpoints. Yeah, these crows are suspicious.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Looks like we've got time travel shenanigans. Gotta wait a couple minutes, wait a few seconds, wait for the Reaver to cool down a little bit. Alright, that's enough.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
That's a familiar voice.
Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Your silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Cain's blood belongs on your hands.
Cain indeed deserves to die, for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Cain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Wow, wasn't expecting to hear from him again. Okay, save the game.
Destroy Cain.
Okay, I am in desperate need of souls. Oh god, where am I going? It's so dark. This leads back to the...
Your destiny beckons.
This leads back to the room with the giant squid Squid God. Oh my god. Okay. Progress. Where the hell am I going? Oh god. Wait, is that where I'm supposed to go? It can't be. Just came from down there. Yes, this is the way. What? Wait, but this is where I came from, surely. Oh, fucking goddamn it. I'm lost. Again. So this is where I came out of. This is the tunnel. Leads up here. Then leads up here. Oh, I guess this is different. Okay, I guess this is different. This is different. Okay. The hell is this? Alcoves with little altars in them.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Ain't got time to deal with you right now. Okay. What's going on around here? Can't open that door. That's sealed. Okay. We emerge with full health. Fuck. Give me a weapon. Thank you. Oh, fuck. I haven't got time to deal with you chuckle fucks. Right. So... can't do anything with this door. That's where we came from. Oh my god. Ugh. Alright. Really? You can't open this door? Up over the door? Nope. Alright, so that door is... okay, can't go through there. There's a straight up hole in the side of the building up there. Is that something I can take advantage of in spirit form? No. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, so once again we ask the question, where the fuck are we supposed to go? Oh god, try going around to the left. Is that a direction? No, it's not. Oh boy. For the love of God. What is that over in there? this something we can use? Is this... It's another one of those weird little altars again that you see everywhere. Like these things have to be for something. Okay. So you can't go through the door. Oh god, this fucking fire is in the way. What about back here? Nope, nothing there. God, I can't see shit. Nope. Can't reach. Oh my god, this... Okay, so... Nothing there? Oh my god, the movement. Ugh. And there's no way to get in here. Why didn't that cutscene activate before? Oh, hi. I know that face.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Yeah, that's annoying. Why did that cutscene not play out the first time I tried opening this door? Okay, it's just some weird mechanical shit happening in this game.
Here it comes. Prepare to die.
Alright.
Get it.
Oh god, I'm stuck in this goddamn bog. Well, I see a safe point. Nope. Okay.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Hint, hint. There we go.
Over there!
Nope. Nope. This is the direction we came from, I think. It's hard to tell. Everything looks so fucking similar. Maybe not. Maybe it's not the same. Whoop. Excuse me. Game's so dark. It's hard to tell where the fuck I am.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine, too, was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Okay, that's where we came from. And okay, how do I get rid of the fucking sword? Hang on. I need to get rid of the sword in order to use the door. That's annoying. That's dumb. Manual. Pick up objects, weapons, operate objects, push, pull, powerful attacks, aim and shoot projectiles. I hold. Hang on. Nope. Holding triangle does nothing. Nope. Damn it. Oh my god. You had the option to throw away weapons in the first game. What happened here? Why did you not? Interface, drop object or weapon. L2 plus square. Oh my god. That was far more difficult than it needed to be. Wait, I'll pick up my sword again. Oh, this guy's different. Oh, that's a vampire. You can tell because when it died, it burnt up. Is that a shield? Can I pick that up? Oh my god, I can. But why? What does this do? Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, wait, yes, I just realised. This is how we get through. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Again, another one of these weird little altars that are everywhere in this game. They have to be for something. What are you? There's no way to get up there from here. Okay, we need that to open this door, I'm guessing. This is where we came in. Whoop.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race and the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Got ourselves a weapon. Okay, that just leads back down to the same place. Interesting. What's this? Can I grab this somehow? Is this a thing? No? Okay, fine. Oh, okay. So that little sound sample that plays when you open that door sounds an awful lot like the noise that plays in 2001: A Space Odyssey when the monolith is on screen. The like that noise. Like it sounds too similar to it. I'm willing to bet they fucking sampled that from 2001: A Space Odyssey. That sounds too similar to not be the same goddamn thing. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, shit. No, no, I was pushing away, not towards it, you fucking... Okay, that's annoying. Okay. Where has this come out? No, I can't climb these. Can't climb these walls. No! You fucker. Okay. Where does this put me in reach of then? No point going to the other side because there's a climbing one. Presuming it's for this. Like this? But no, I don't get enough height for that. That's... Okay. Interesting. Unless the high jump isn't needed and you can just make that jump with a regular jump. That seems both too high and too far away for that to be possible. Yeah, see, it's about the same as if I did the high jump. Can't get through. Anyway, I think that's enough Soul Reaver 2. I'm very torn on this game. In some ways, this game is improved over the original Soul Reaver. But in many ways it feels identical to the original Soul Reaver, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a sec. So let's get rid of this. Turn that off. Let us retrieve the list. So, where on the list does Soul Reaver 2 sit? Well, let's compare it to the original Soul Reaver. I think the original Soul Reaver was kind of incredible when it came out. It was doing a lot of interesting things. It was technically extremely accomplished. I mean, technically very, very impressive. Even on the Dreamcast, that was a technically impressive game. The PC version, not so much, but whatever. And the combat was fun and interesting, as, you know, third-person combat goes in games of that era. But then we look at the PS2 sequel to Soul Reaver, and the graphics are improved. And that's about it. It's a better looking game than Soul Reaver 1, and it's going for a much higher frame rate than the original. It's going for a like a 50/60 frames a second, like the Dreamcast version of Soul Reaver 1, but it looks a lot better. But then that's where the improvements stop. Like, control-wise, it feels identical to the game from 1999. It feels very... But I mean, on one hand, yes, you wouldn't expect the controls to change too much, right? They were considered very good controls at the time, in the late 90s, and that combat was fun and intuitive at the time. But then you bring it forward a few years to the PlayStation 2 era, and that shit doesn't fly as easily as it used to anymore. It's like, okay, you've got controls and a combat system carried over from a PS1 game. It's like you haven't really done much to make the combat flow better, or... Because there are times when I just don't want to use the lock-on combat. Because Raziel doesn't move. His movement is extremely stiff when he's locked onto an enemy. You know, sometimes I just want to not lock on so I can move around faster. I think Soul Reaver 1 was a fantastic game in its day. It was incredibly impressive. Had like fun puzzles, a fascinating world, good characters, extremely good storytelling. I'm happy to say that Soul Reaver 2 seems to have kept most of that, you know, specifically the characters and the storytelling, which is a major strength of this series. The moment-to-moment gameplay feels like it's stuck in the past, almost. And holy shit, that game is dark. Like, I was struggling to navigate, to see where the fuck I had to go in that game at points, and that's not a good thing. Like, Soul Reaver 1 wasn't that dark. I never had any problems navigating in Soul Reaver 1. Soul Reaver 2 seems to be primarily dark, dismal, muddy colours. Like, you've got a lot of dark grey, dark brown, dark green, straight up black. Like, okay. I feel like that was a problem with a lot of games from the PS2 era, where it's like a lot of games were very dark and dismal, you know, they weren't very bright or colourful. Especially Western games. Western games primarily were big fans of brown and dark green and the greys. It's like... I'm torn. I am very, very torn right now. Because while Soul Reaver 2 is mechanically pretty much identical to Soul Reaver 1, from what I can tell, it's less impressive than Soul Reaver 1, because Soul Reaver 1 came out in the 90s, when the average control scheme for a 3D action game was a lot worse. But now we're entering into the PS2 era, and you see the average quality of controls for 3D action games start to, you know, come up and meet Soul Reaver, and in many cases surpass it. Boy, this is gonna be I think Soul Reaver is a good game. I think it looks, graphically, it looks fine for an early PlayStation 2 game. This was an early PlayStation 2 game. This was a 2001 release. This was quite early. It's got a good frame rate. The controls are stiff in a way that you kind of wish that they had improved and moved on from, but then hadn't. The storytelling is still there, the good characters are still there. I think purely because of the relevance that the original Soul Reaver has, and the impressiveness that the original Soul Reaver has in its own era, on its original PS1 and Dreamcast hardware, I think Soul Reaver 1 is a more impressive game, considering the time it came out and the hardware it came out on. Whereas the PS2, you've kind of seen and done that already, you know, it's kind of more of the same. Which isn't inherently a bad thing, I just find it to be less impressive in context. So I'm going to say Soul Reaver 2 is not as good as Soul Reaver 1. Also, again, like I said, I find it difficult to navigate in Soul Reaver 2 in a way that I never found difficult in Soul Reaver 1. Is Soul Reaver 2 better or worse than Bloodlines? I think Soul Reaver 2 is a very well-crafted game. It's probably a lot tighter in terms of its code, so I'm willing to bet there are far fewer bugs in Soul Reaver 2 than there are in Bloodlines. The storytelling in Soul Reaver 2, and pretty much almost all of the Legacy of Kain series, is top tier. It's really fucking good. Is probably better than the storytelling in Bloodlines. I think the best characters of Legacy of Kain are on a par, if not slightly better than the best characters in Bloodlines. In comparison, Soul Reaver 2 is a very straightforward 3D action game. There's no, like, allowance for character building or stat, you know, or stats or experience points or anything like that. It's purely a Zelda style, but, you know, behind the back 3D action adventure game with dungeons and puzzles and lock-on combat, like that style of game. Whereas Bloodlines is a first-person, primarily action RPG, complete with character builds and stats, and, you know, the story is what you make it, depending on what kind of character you want to play, who you want to be allies with, who you want to get on the bad side of. Whereas Soul Reaver's story is set in stone. You are merely You are merely following a path that is laid out for you, unlike Bloodlines, which is very much a free, you know, you can that story can play out in different ways depending on how you play the game. But Soul Reaver 2 has just got such fantastic production values. It is a good-looking PS2 game. It is a very nice-looking PS2 game, and it's got the frame rate, there. You know, it's just, I mean, technically, on a technical level, Soul Reaver 2 is impressive. From an artistic standpoint, I think that game is way too fucking dark. There's too many greys and browns and dark greens in that game. Needed to brighten up the color palette a little bit, you know. I'm gonna say Soul Reaver 2 is a better game than Bloodlines, so I guess that means both Soul Reaver games are going to be back to back, which in a way makes a lot of sense. Soul Reaver 2 is very derivative of Soul Reaver 1 in good and bad ways. Okay, so Soul Reaver 2 is our new number 3. PC. It was PS2 and PC only. It came to nothing else. Alright, there we go. It's set in stone. If Soul Reaver's... If the people who made Soul Reaver 2, they seem to have spent their entire time just working on world design and script and character, you know, development, instead of maybe working on improving the mechanics of the actual game. They pretty much seems to have lifted the mechanics from the first game wholesale and just dropped it into a PS2 game, which, if they had done more, if they had done something to streamline the combat just even a little bit, I feel like this could have been the new number 2. Hell, it might have even rivaled Castlevania. But oh well. Number 3 is still not a position that you can sniff at, though. It's a very, very impressive game. Anyway, congratulations to Soul Reaver 2 for being our new number 3. And yeah, join me next time for another vampire game. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is The Real Blue Dragon. Goodbye.